It's week 5 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Browns and
the first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in week 5 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get them in?
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Play fake. Cousins. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. taken at about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The Browns send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Chauncey Golston, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 19 carries, 89 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Flush to his right. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Lawrence on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. On third down, Lawrence. Incomplete, right side to Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And
you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They run again on first down. Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by Pete Werner. On second down now. It's Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And the defense, they'll spread the field, a dime package here on 3rd and 12. To throw, Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Lawrence. That'll be complete to Cook. Room here to run. run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go. And to use those wheels of his, the absolute devastating effect.
On first down, Lawrence.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. From the 29, Lawrence. Open man right side is Tony. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. On the handoff, Sermon. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Bobby Brown drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's Tressway now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. Now Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. 7 yards the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets it up past the 35.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They run, Cook, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. First down, here's Cousins. Open man, once again it's Thielen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Chauncey Golston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Cousins.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Browns drive about to get started.
He's got Jordan complete right side.
That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the play. First down, Browns.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lawrence. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 4. It is 3rd down.
Now Lawrence. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Tony.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Again, it's Lawrence.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins into the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And currently, they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
To try again after the sack, Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. On third down, Lawrence checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Browns send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Cook. Oh, he shifts past him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins to throw it. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Chauncey Golston in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now a run with Sermon.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Lawrence will throw.
He's going to look deep down the field.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lawrence.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the carry, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Going for it all.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
On 2nd and 10.
Lawrence right back to Brown. This time he's got it.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And it's 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in this third quarter like he got the orange slices at the half.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when
he
we were
got
kids?
the orange slices, not the carrot stick.
Oh, boy.
There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours?
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Bobby Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They run once more with Sermon.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, Sermon.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And that'll be caught by Tony. 7 yards to pick up there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. Vikings 15-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence over the middle here to Brown.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Here's Sermon.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now Lawrence.
Steps it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Trevor Lawrence
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field.
He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry, or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up, and it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Working out of the gun, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here are the Browns to take over.
They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for only a couple.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, quick slant to Brown.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
13 yards. And the Browns 1st down.
They give to Sermon out of the gun.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
13 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 44, Cousins. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Past the 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Cousins.
That's complete. It's Cook.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Sermon.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Cleveland, they move back over.